Well, with the tool chest build, it's all completed and the red toolbox sold, I got pretty much an empty corner. So now we can start working on this corner and getting it filled up with other good stuff. For instance, insulation, and get the walls done with OSB. And I'm hoping to get this whole corner done. Now the problem being is I put that lumber rack up there. I'm going to probably have to take that down too to get the insulation in. I'm hoping to get at least to the edge of the door done. Well, it's not supposed to bother you as bad as fiberglass. It's mineral wool, but I still like putting on my set of gloves to help out. It still bothers your skin a bit, but not as bad. But I do like this part. We'll just start with the full width bays first. So as I'm cutting off little pieces to fit, I'm taking those little cut-off ends and doing around the windows. I'm just fluffing it in there slightly. I don't want to have a hard pack in there. It insulates better when it's fluffy. I'm trying to keep the grain going side to side instead of front to back. If the grain's going this way, then the air is more likely to go through it. You want the grain going through that way, so it slows the air movement. You can see on this piece of bat what I mean about grain. There's a grain going this way, and it pulls apart easier that way. So the air will travel through it easier this way than it will this way. So you want to keep that grain going parallel with the walls. I got a couple of the windows done up. Now if you ask any pro insulation guy or any contractor, they'd say you're out of your bloody mind to be doing it this way. And they'd be right. They have to pay by the hour, and a can of low expansion foam goes in a lot faster and does a lot better job. But when you're on an extremely limited budget, this does the trick. There we go. Another bag to go. It's going farther than what I expected. And that's how much I've got left over. That's my waste. So I think I'm being fairly efficient. Oh, some lawn mowing noises in the background, but we got the vapor barrier in all the way across. Ooh, light balance, white balance, come on. There we go. And you can see down at the bottom I used acoustic sealant all the way along the bottom to seal it. And that is evil stuff. Boy, that sticks like crazy to anything. So if you spill it or drop it on anything, clean it up right away. I got it all the way around the perimeter, and I did the corner in two pieces and got the magic tuck tape on there. So ready for some sheathing. Pry bar and a block of wood, and I'm going to use that as a lift to get my piece of wood in position, my paneling. And today I'm going to use a piece of walnut for that. that didn't work where the shit did it. Okay, so I've just got it lightly tacked around the window just to hold it in place there. And here comes the experimental part. So this could work out fairly well, or could be a spectacular fail. Bottom bearing pattern cutting bit in the router. And let me see, it goes this way, so I want it pushing up into my guide. Now, the worry I have is that's going to be riding along that plastic, the bearing. We'll see what happens. Well, it's neither a spectacular fail or a great success. It's burning the plastic a little bit. And I think my bit being only a ½ inch, it's a little shy of being able to get a good contact in there. It's not following it too well. So, back to doing it the old-fashioned way, I guess. We'll have to take it down and do it by measuring. Okay, we've got some layout lines. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. Well, how about that? It's not perfect, but it's a heck of a lot better. Used up all of my OSB. Yeah, I got the little piece to do up there. And I also found out that those guys that can run a schedule of screws without any lines, I'm not one of them. A few misses here and there, but I'm pretty happy. Oh, I got a whole bunch done. So, one day I ended at the door, right here. There's the seam for the door. I got that piece up. So yesterday I did that little triangle piece and a little bit above the door, insulated, vapor barriered, put the sheeting up. I had to put some nailing strips up there for the ceiling to attach to. And that little bit took me about as long as it did to do all the rest of it. All the way back to there. Yeah. So I'm going to get some painting done while it's cleaned up, and then I can start sorting things out again. It's kind of a mess, and I don't think I need to film the painting. Watching somebody paint is about as exciting as watching the paint dry, so we'll bring you back when I got a coat on it. Lovely spring day out there. That's one coat. So we got 2 coats of paint on. And I even had enough left over to put a little bit on there. Not important. What is important is I can start moving things back into this corner. And my shop is... My plan is to get these sheet goods over against the wall over there. And I have a little bit less than 4 feet from the window to the corner. Not a big deal. I don't have full sheets very often, and the one that I do got up there is earmarked for the partition that's going to go in there. And that shelf unit is going to go over there. So we're going to start with that and try to start getting things put away. Okay, not the way it's going to stay, but it's a little bit better right now. I'll put the wood rack back up above the door. And all my sheet goods are tucked in there. And as I said, that full sheet, that probably won't stay there that long. And I got my rack of shorts. So I just got some construction stuff and little cut-offs. I have got gluing cauls, some cherry, some maple, some pine, some ash, some walnut. Underneath I got some big pieces of walnut and maple. And I got all my cut-offs of plywood and lots of other plywood. And that won't all stay there. And that won't stay there long either. That's just cut-off pieces that they'll probably be used for garden stakes in the next couple of weeks. And those cabinets, I don't know what's going to happen with them. They're not staying there permanently, that's for sure. I haven't decided, so I haven't thrown them out. I may cut them down and put them in a box, put them on the wall. It's a cabinet that myself and my son is working on, and no video on that. And leftover insulation that's got to go up shortly. And if we come around here, the garbage can, that's on wheels, so get that out of the way. More garbage and buckets that got to get out of the way. The little ladder I'm using, that can go out of the way. So I'm thinking those cabinets might go in there. And the jointer goes in here, and I've temporarily put the clamp rack in here. I don't think that'll stay there. Well, the clamp rack has to be rebuilt. And in here is pretty much the same. And got a spot for cords and hoses and my ladder. And this is where I'm going to put the rest of that insulation. Get started on putting it in here and come around the wall. Oh, and the wind's opening the door. So, and I've been thinking about taking one of them storage shelves. That's more lumber. More wood storage. But I've been thinking about putting it over top of the window. I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't made up my mind, so you don't know what to do, don't do anything. And there's my track from the skill saw that I built in the video. But at least I got some room to walk around now and move. So we can start all over again. Get some projects. And yes, I've got some really tiny pieces of wood that I've saved in walnut and all kinds of stuff up there, including pallet wood and 2x material. And yes, I am a wood hoarder. Yes, I know it. Yes, I have a problem. I freely admit to it. But it's my shop and it's my space and it's my time and it's my money. So if anybody don't like it, I guess they can kiss my ash. But I've had a guy come over and buy my portable miter saw stand, and that gave me enough money to buy a bale of Roxel for the ceiling. So after just putting this all together, I have to take it all apart again so I can finish insulating that section of ceiling, and I also have some wood for it. Well, it doesn't look like much, but we got it done. What I did was I took everything down from the lumber rack, and I took that partition right down that was over here, and I built the nailer in the corner for the wall and ceiling, and then we insulated with the ceiling. Oh, I had to do some work on the lights there too, and we got back to here. And then I vapor barriered it. And then I put everything back on the lumber rack. But it's coming along. I'm estimating that I need one more bundle for the ceiling. And I need about a bundle and a half for the rest of the wall here. So again, it's all temporary, but it's up. A little bit of a partition framing there. On this end, the 2x6 goes right into a scab on the ceiling. Got the light switch, so when I open the door, light switch is right there. So it should give me a little bit of space to hang a clamp rack and store a few things. Again, it's only temporary until I get the walls sheathed. And you can see there I put a piece of OSB back there so I can still pull it out and slide the full sheet in behind it when I get it. And that'll fit in there. And I got a little room alongside. So, a couple of screws, 4 screws or 5 screws, or, well, I guess maybe more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, a dozen screws, and I can move it, not too much problem, left or right. And that's going to leave a nice parking area right in there. So we'll see what happens.